हुकूमत का तख्ता उलट कर एटमी हथियारों पर कब्जा कर सकते हैं। इससे पहले एक अमरीकी फौज के एडवाइजर ये कह चुके हैं कि पाकिस्तान अगले 6 माह में कोलैप्स हो सकता है, और बहुत से मगरबी ज़राए इब्लाग इस खदशे का इजहार कर रहे हैं कि इस्लामाबाद खतरे में है, तालिबान किसी भी वक्त इस्लामाबाद पर कब्जा कर सकते हैं। अमरीकी वजीर खारजा हीलरी क्लिंटन के बयान में जो खदशात छुपे हुए हैं उनमें कितनी हकीकत है, मगरबी ज़राए इब्लाग के जो दावे हैं क्या महज प्रोपेगेंडा है या इसमें भी कुछ हकीकत है, इन अहम मामलात पर आज हम गुफ्तगू करेंगे। हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं सेनेटर डॉक्टर براعون साहब, वफाकी वजीर बराए पार्लिमानी अमूर, उनके साथ है मोहतरमा डॉक्टर फरजाना बारी साहबा, एनालिस्ट हैं, कायद-ए-आज़म यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ाती भी हैं, और डॉक्टर फरूख सलीम साहब।
का बकिया हिस्सा आप देख सकेंगे इस न्यूज ब्रेक के बाद।
बरतानवी वज़ीर आज़म गॉर्डन ब्राउन और वज़ीर आज़म यूसुफ रज़ा गिलानी इस्लामाबाद में मुश्तरका प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे हैं। आइए आपको दिखाते हैं।
Acknowledges their valuable contribution. Welfare of our expatriates in the UK is of great importance. We are now at a new and defining stage, joining hands in promoting regional peace and stability, and in particular overcoming the challenges posed by extremism and terrorism. I assured Prime Minister Brown of Pakistan's strong commitment to eliminating militancy, terrorism and extremism by pursuing the comprehensive approach that encompasses dialogue, development and deterrence. To achieve this objective, all elements of state power will be utilized. I also mentioned to the Prime Minister the steadfast will of the nation and the commitment of the state institutions to combat this menace and to frustrate the evil designs of those who seek to undermine Pakistan's stability. I also underlined to the Prime Minister that Pakistan will continue to make efforts to promote stability in Afghanistan. We have made considerable progress in our relations with brotherly Afghan people, with whom we have affinities of culture, faith, and a distinct sense of shared destiny. Pakistan desires good neighborly relations with India and hope that the Indian leadership will respond positively to our suggestions to resume the process of dialogue and constructive engagement. We look forward to working together closely to further strengthen our bilateral cooperation with the UK to the mutual benefit of our two people. With these words, I welcome the Prime Minister again and invite him to say a few words.
Prime Minister, it is a huge pleasure to be here with you again, to be able to meet you again, to be able to meet you also as we did in Davos only a few weeks ago, and to be able to discuss the shared problems that we now face together. Britain and Pakistan will always be close partners. Our countries are bound together by a shared history. We are also bound together by strong relationships between the British and Pakistani governments, but also between our peoples. As you said, a Pakistani community in the UK of over 1 million people, 1.5 million journeys a year between Pakistan and the United Kingdom, £1 billion and more of trade between our two countries in the last year alone. I believe that these ties will only grow stronger, and the United Kingdom Prime Minister will always be a friend of Pakistan. You said that this was a decisive moment. Our two countries face a shared and urgent threat. Extremism and terrorism destabilizes societies. It risks the security of populations. It attacks the fabric of our way of life. As Pakistan works to strengthen its democracy, so the challenges to that democracy come forward, making their presence felt both in Pakistan's cities and its tribal areas. And you share the grief of 2,000 people sadly killed last year alone as a result of terrorist attacks. Al-Qaeda continue to find safe havens in border areas, and from there they continue to plot deadly attacks, not only on your country, but on ours. The challenge is complex. The insurgents may be resilient, but their narrative is destructive, their motives are false, and the resort to violence is unacceptable. We will stand up to the extremists. Together, Prime Minister Giuliani, we will reverse this trend and we will take them on. The Prime Minister has just stated his resolve and that of his government to fight terrorism and extremism. Yesterday and today, the Pakistan Army has been taking on the Pakistan Taliban in conflicts in this country. Today, we have agreed a new and stronger relationship between our two countries. Vital and urgent work we will undertake together, which sets out our shared priorities of tackling violent extremism. We will support each other more strongly on counter-terrorism activities. We will engage in a strategic dialogue on all the issues surrounding this. We will consider task forces and work streams that will deliver that strategic dialogue for us. And we will support this close cooperation immediately by the UK delivering a £10 million package of counter-terrorism capacity, giving assistance to Pakistan's agencies. But as the Prime Minister said, we must underpin this with real attention to the basic human challenges that Pakistan still faces: education and health, the absence of which sometimes cause people to fall into the hands of militant ideas. Britain's development program here in Pakistan is our second largest in the world. It will grow over the next 4 years. I want to say today that over half of our education program will now be focused on the border areas of Pakistan. That is half of £250 million that we invest in education. And these areas are going to be the focus of more attention because they are so critical to stability here and in the wider region. I can announce that we will provide textbooks in the border areas for school children. We will support 300,000 girls from poor families attending secondary school. We are also asking our international partners to step up and do more. With UK leadership and the support of others, the recent Tokyo Donor Conference delivered $5 billion of pledges over the next 2 years. Prime Minister, I know from our discussions your commitment to tackling terrorism is today stronger than ever. I welcome your intention to lead the Pakistan political classes towards a clear consensus on taking the urgent military, political and economic action required, including through increased coordination of effort in the federally administered tribal areas. I can reassure the people of Pakistan and the people of Britain that we face a serious threat. There is a long road ahead to tackle it, but we are resolved together to take our efforts to a new level. Today, I believe that we are beginning a new chapter in the relationships between our two countries, with an intensification of the cooperation against terrorism and greater support for development in the years to come. Thank you.
In fact, I don't know what are the comments of the President, but at the same time I must clarify this, that nobody knows about Osama bin Laden. I think this is just something out of cuff. You have said something. We don't know about it, whether he's alive or he's dead.
The truth is that the Pakistan government and the Pakistan army are already taking intensified action against the Taliban here. Yesterday and today, specific measures have been taken to deal with some of the problems that have arisen from the operations of the Taliban in this country. Now, we want to support these efforts. We want to build on them by closer cooperation between the United Kingdom and Pakistan. And we want to see closer cooperation across the border between Pakistan and Afghanistan, and we've talked about this today as well, so that we can deal with the terrorist threat that goes between the two countries. I think it's important to recognise that we are prepared to put additional resources into this. We've announced some immediate money today, and we look forward to a strategic dialogue on some of the things that we can do together. I think you should also remember that President Zardari is visiting the United States of America next week to meet President Obama, and this will be one of the major issues that is to be discussed.
Yes, sir. I am Saleh Safir. My question is